Good morning, my beautiful daughter. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We having us a morning session. You know what? I just want to say I'm glad that you agreed to do this with me because every time I talk to you, you always have something enlightening to say. And
Right.
and I've watched you grow up and you have watched me evolve. So,
Mm-hmm.
and a miraculous journey for the both of us. So, yes,
Right.
everybody, this is my beautiful daughter. She is, we have so many names for her: sister, cousin, mama bear. Um, let's
Right.
see, auntie, mama, because we
Right.
wear all the hats for everybody. But so, kind of like what I want to talk to you about today is we were having a discussion. How much, if I'm dating today or dating at any point, that's for anybody. How much should I tell somebody about myself? Should I be open and honest, or should I just hold back a lot?
It depends on the time frame that you're speaking of, because dating for some people can be, you know, um, a short time frame. So some people will say, "Oh, we've been dating for a month, or we've been dating for 6 months," which I don't really get that concept. Some people are dating for a year. I don't know if they equate that dating to like we're girlfriend and boyfriend, or if that's a committed relationship. So I don't know. I feel like if you're in a dating stage, period, I mean, yeah, you should be open. It just depends on what the goal is in the end when you're dating. So I think that's
So,
what would determine, what would determine how much you share, you know,
well,
to the person that you're dating.
I've always taught you guys to be open and honest because you want to give people your true self. But today's world
It
is
just
so
depends on what
different.
you're saying. Yeah, it just depends on what you're being honest about. I mean, are you saying like give you my whole life story, like the whole spiel? Like I don't know. It just depends on what we're talking about being honest about. Of course, I mean, I guess when we're talking about, if you're in a sexual relationship, being honest about, of course, your
The
status,
status.
I guess. Of course, be honest about something like that. That's just something you should be honest about. Um, I don't know if you
So
mean
pause
like,
right there. So let's pause right there. So what if you're dating somebody and you truly like them?
mm-hmm,
Everything is meshing well, everything's going well, and then you guys, of course, y'all are intimate. And I think relationships are like jobs. When you go to work, so I'm kind of like going around into something. But when you go to work, you get a 90-day period, right? Where you don't get any
yeah,
benefits, you don't get any 401k, you don't get nothing, but you got to be to work on time and you got to prove yourself, right?
right,
Okay. So with relationships, we're so quick to give benefits to people, which is ourselves. And so what if you meet somebody and they didn't tell you their status, that they were positive, and you sleep with them, and then how do you react to that? And you find out that they are
right,
positive, and you
right,
guys have
because
been together for a minute. How do you
right.
react to finding out that they are? Because in Atlanta, that's such a great probability.
Yeah, and it could be positive for other things, not just,
Right,
HIV.
not just
We're talking about
HIV, it could be
herpes that is
hepatitis.
off the wall. Just the little stuff, chlamydia, that could be cleaned up with antibiotic. But there's some stuff that you can't just take an antibiotic and it just goes away. But are you saying how do that person react if they are exposed to it, or and is
How
in
would
that
you
short time
feel?
frame because you've given them so much in a short time frame? Like, how do you react? Like, are you supposed to be mad? Like, who do you are you supposed to just be mad at the other person, or should you be mad at yourself?
But
as
then you
well,
can be
because
mad
I
at
mean,
yourself because you didn't even give
because
it
you didn't
90
give
days.
yourself, yeah, you didn't give 90 days. You don't know a person in 90 days. A lot of people don't know a person in a year. A lot of people are saying, hey, this person, I know him for 5 years, and he just want to do something like that, or who, if it's a she or whatever. Or it could be somebody from your past, and then they pop back up. They weren't like that, but you don't know. You just don't know what a person has gone through, to get to that point that they are in their life right now. So you don't really know who you're dealing with. But like, if you're saying in 90 days, no, you're not giving yourself enough time to get to know this person. We don't know anything about anybody in 90 days. You get the good part of them. You get the
Right, you
best of
get the
them.
best,
Yeah, you get the man,
the
yeah, the best
representative.
part.
You would say, yeah, you
Yeah,
get.
the
Because
representative.
even with the job interview, you go in and you put on that you put on your best dress. Good morning. How are you? My name is Christina. I can do this, and this. And then
I'm
90 days
dependable. I
later,
work well with others, and all this. I'm
right,
a team player. And then you get
right,
there, you don't want to work with anybody. You don't work well with others. You're late. That happens quite
right.
often.
And
You're
you
just trying
don't
to get
have
in the door to
communication
get
skills.
exactly. You're just trying to get in the door. You just want the paycheck.
Right.
So that's
So
what people.
and you're right. So with people, we don't know their true intentions.
Mhm.
So when we meet the representative and we give them all of the spiel. Hi, my name is Stony. I'm from this place. I went to this school. Oh, and my last boyfriend used to beat me. So that's a red flag. So then, oh, my credit is bad. I can't afford to get a new car. I live with my sister. I live with my uncle. And so I'm giving all of this information. So now I'm teaching that person that they morale for me can go down. It just went down
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
down and a little bit more.
Mhm.
And let me keep talking. And then it's going to go and down. So
Mhm.
you should not expose your entire self to anyone when you first meet them. And even in that 90-day window, it should be layers and layers because people are so judgmental.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
in the case of if I have a venereal disease of some sort of any kind, or have had a history of it, and I intend on sleeping with you, I should disclose that information to give you the
Yeah.
choice.
Absolutely. I think that's just something, that's something you have to be upfront and honest about when it comes to your life, your history. Maybe something you may not be comfortable with if it's something that you may be positive for, and because it has a stigma to it, of course. But yeah, that's something that you should be honest about. But like you said, if you got bad credit and stuff, I mean, I personally wouldn't want to tell somebody that in the beginning stages of the relationship,
Would you date a guy
because
with a 460 credit?
it's funny that you're asking me that now at the age I am, because now I know the importance of credit, and I don't
How
know, because
important is
I'm
credit
I
when
want to
you're
say
dating? How important is credit when you're dating?
I don't think it's very important when you're dating. I
Well, if
think
it's
that it's
somebody you're
important.
dating and you're wanting to marry them or move in
It's
with them.
important. Yes. So yes, when you're dating and it's leading to something serious, it is important, because eventually, if you have one person who has the credit and then the other person doesn't, then all that really responsibility of purchasing things or just being able to do anything really falls on that one person. So I think that's a huge burden to carry financially in a relationship when it's all on one person, especially if it's the woman. If it's the woman that actually has the upper hand when it comes to her credit,
Well,
even with finances as well.
that ends the relationship whenever a woman has to
Yeah.
be the breadwinner because by nature men were meant to be the masculine and to lead. And I know people are going to comment and challenge us on that, but All relationships where the woman is paying all the bills and she's the breadwinner and she's acting the role of a man, that relationship never goes to for a long time. Women
Right.
have stayed
Yeah.
in relationships with men because of them being the provider. And women have left relationships because the man was not the provider. I've never seen
Mhm.
a man say, I'm gonna leave her because she paying all the bills. There's never been a man that packed all his stuff because a woman was paying all the bills and letting him sit at home all day and do absolutely nothing. He tolerated that situation until she couldn't tolerate it anymore.
Right.
I've never seen that
Um.
before.
Yeah.
I've never seen a
Yeah.
man say, I'm out of here. And they'd be like, what for? Oh, well, because I sit at home all day and do nothing.
Yeah.
I've never seen that anywhere. A man will be,
Um,
if you allow him to be, he will be that way. But those relationships will last until the woman get tired because eventually the universe will send her someone that she's a match with and that she'll be able to be her feminine and walk into her femininity and he can be masculine towards her. But getting back to the credit, if he has bad credit and no job, how do you feel about after you've married him, something happened, he doesn't have a job, his credit is down, will you stay into that relationship?
well, I don't think so. I mean, because I think when you marry somebody, for me, I think that's a very serious thing to do. I mean, you have to really, really love someone. I feel like when you're making that type of commitment, I mean, you love that person no matter what. How I see it. I mean, if you're just gonna, I mean, if you're just gonna say I'm gonna leave because he doesn't have a job and his credit is bad now. I mean, I feel like those are things that could be fixed.
Right.
It just depends on whether or not he's actually making an effort to fix the issue.
And how long should a woman stay and live with a man before he marry her? What you think about that?
It's like the older I get, the more I realize, like people saying they're in relationships for 5, 10 years. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous to me. You know, I just feel like you're probably not getting anywhere. You can talk about you want to be married and all that, but I feel like it's a dead end. I think that from what I hear from most people, I don't know how long these marriages work though. I mean, how long they last. But I know like 2 years, I feel like that's a good enough time, or three. I, 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 I would say no longer than 5, to be honest. And the reason why I say 5 is because a lot of things happen. I think you can really get to know a person within, between 2 or 3 years. And I know things happen. You may need to get yourself together before you're ready for marriage. But if it's, over 5 years, I just think that y'all should just let it go. 5 years is a long time to waste, but most people are not in a just committed me and you relationship within 5 years. There's things happening in those 5 years. That's how I see it. Do you get
Well,
what I'm
believe
saying?
I do. I do. And
But if
I
it's
don't
just
think marriage.
and we talking about we committed for 5 years, no. But things happen in 5 years. I mean, if you saying, "Oh, I'm dealing with the same person," and it's just y'all, and you kind of know that y'all want to be together after all the whatever. By that time, y'all should be done married within 5 years for sure. Honestly,
When
no
do
longer than 3 years.
so when do you just walk away?
After 3 years, really. I'm thinking like between three and like, because some people really, this is a real thing for most people. People can't say like, okay, I haven't, it's like people they have relationships, they've been dealing with the same person for a few years, and it's like at some point, whether it's like your child's father or vice versa, the child's mother, like at a certain point If y'all gonna be together or whatever it is, like just be together. But it's like a certain, I don't know. I don't know. It just, I don't know, mom. I don't. For me, relationships, I don't even. It can be
Relationships are
exhausting.
very hard these days because
They
people are,
are. It's
they,
exhausting.
it is. They're conforming to social media and they're not living the standards of what the tradition and what is biblically written for man and woman. So let me ask you this because we live in a society where now on applications it says other. Now we have a lot of people who are not who they say they are or who they were, and you have even women that have converted to men. Now, you're a young woman and you get a lot of offers. So, how would you feel if you were dating a guy and you've gone through the trial period and then, you haven't given him the benefits, but you find out that they were once a woman? How would that make you feel?
That is information. So that goes back to certain information I feel like should be disclosed up front. We need to talk about that because that's something that I should know. I don't care what you may feel like you are or how you see yourself. That may not be my view on life. I view life from things are biologically, they make sense biologically to me. So I see a man. That's just how I am. I see a man being whatever the biological parts are. That's what it is, not what you have transformed yourself to be when it comes to like hormonal, for the physical appearance. Because
Right.
like what you are biologically, it all goes into the mental as well. It's the brain as well, how that works. So I mean, you still would be a female. So I would be upset, especially if I probably got to know this person and like this person and probably could see a future, and that's just not my. That's just something that I wouldn't be interested in. Now, some people could say, well, you know what, I can look past that because you know that I really like this person for them, but I don't know, not me. I don't think I would be able to. But that's information that you should tell somebody that up front. But honestly, that community overall they don't feel that way. A lot of them don't feel like that. That's important because I am what I say, I am now.
Well, back in the day, we used to have a lot of respect. We would have to say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you. So now it's very hard to say yes, ma'am, or no, no, sir,
Hmm.
without offending someone because at some
Because
point,
right, you can't say yeah. You can't say Miss or Mister. I'm not a Miss or I'm not a Mister. You know,
right.
and
So
I just feel like go ahead.
no, no, it makes it hard. Like one day I was talking to somebody and he was like, "Mom, don't keep calling, don't keep saying Mister." And I was like, well, "What do you mean? That's a Mister." And he was like, "No, no, no." And so, and from
You
that
kept
day
saying
on,
Miss, and it was
oh
a
Miss,
Mister, but
okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, right.
But that was over the phone. You really can't tell certain voices over the phone. So I just avoid that altogether. I'm not calling anybody, but when I'm talking about when you send somebody in person and you
Well,
see
even
what
when
the
we
physical
saw the
appearance.
people in person that day, and we were there, and then later
Oh,
on, y'all called, and I was like, I didn't catch it. I thought that
oh yeah,
was
yeah. I was able to see it
right,
that one of the officers was a transgender man.
right.
Because even though you've taken the hormones, you have the full beard, you have a masculine appearance, your hair is short, but I still see you're feminine. There's in the eyes, it's there. And a lot of them times you can tell it's in the eyes. It's a certain look that women have in their eyes, and it's like you can't really just you, there's no hormones you can take to really change that.
What makes a
Just like with
person
a man.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying,
Okay, go
just
ahead,
like with a man.
go ahead, describe that about a man.
Like someone say, "Oh, look at the hands, or look at the feet," but
Yeah.
it's something. I don't know. It's just
Now I
it,
have
it's that
noticed that men feet are different, regardless of what you do, than our feet. I'm sorry.
the hands too,
Yes. So
the
and
arms. It just the way the veins pop out. You know,
the
it just
physique,
it
yes.
the physique. Yes, it's
Right.
like the way the stomach, like the not the stomach area, but like the torso area, like it's just like it's certain things. It's just we can tell. So that brings me into how women are building their bodies up and plumping their faces up. This is what that transgender women do to make themselves more feminine. But then they're doing it as well. So you're not really able even to tell, being able to tell a real woman from a transgender woman because they
Right.
all doing the same thing.
Right. And that's the problem that we're leading to today. And so the men will say, if they end up or get caught with a transgender, they'll say, well, I didn't know. Um, because everybody is looking generic at this point. With all of the
Mm-hmm.
old getting the what do you call it,
The
BBLs and
BBLs,
yeah, and what does BBL stand for?
yeah,
Or I mean, what is that?
Brazilian butt lift, Brazilian
Ah,
butt lift. Yeah, so they getting
that,
they butts. They want this certain look, but you're attracting a certain man. But then the thing is, when you walking around, the first thing they see is your, you know what? That's all they see is your butt. That's the first thing they see. So if you walking around, that's we don't see nothing else. You
yeah,
know,
because
shoot,
men are
you
visual. Men are visual.
absolutely
They don't take the time to look at the heart or get to know the heart. They look at the body, and that's how they end up
right,
in the deceptive in a deceptive relationship or get confused with who they're dating because they're so fixed on the physical, you know.
right.
So so I don't know. I just I enjoy talking to you and I like to get your input on certain things. Um because
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I don't know. I know it's a lot of things that we could probably talk about. I ain't trying to be all controversial about certain things, but it's
of
okay to
course not.
have my opinion. Everybody does not agree with everybody.
Right.
It's just how it is. I mean, I don't care about the lifestyle when it
Right.
comes to that. It just don't try to force it on others. You know,
So we
you
have a lot
know.
of people who if it doesn't if they've been going into relationships with a with in a heterosexual relationship. So
Hmm.
there's two things that are happening right now in life. You got the what is that polyamorous?
Yeah, the poly. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You have that going on, and then you
Polygamy.
have
Hmm.
women leaving the men situation for other women. In prison, I guess they call it gay for the stay. So you really not that. It's just something to do because it's to pass the time.
Hmm.
So do you think well, I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because I'm sure somebody's watching and may need to hear this. Do you think it's okay if I've been hurt by men? I've had ups and downs that I start a same sex relationships just because she thinks I'm beautiful. She's going to take care of me. Or I feel like she's going to take care of me because I haven't taken care of myself and I haven't gotten the therapy that I need to understand that I'm a weak individual. Is it okay to use her for Um, a relationship because
Yeah.
I just need somebody.
Yeah. That's the part when you know you don't need nobody, need to be by yourself. When you willing to go those lengths to feel some type of happiness, or you want somebody to fulfill something that you're missing, that you just need to work on yourself. Those type of relationships, I honestly don't feel like they don't last. I mean, that would be for anybody. Even if it was for if you were to just get out of a relationship, go straight to another one. You know, but
You haven't had
when you
time to
decide you just
feel.
want to switch teams all the way together because I'm just done with men. Women can be that way too. Women can probably be worse.
Right.
Women can be very nasty.
So what about women dating multiple men? What's wrong with that?
Well, it's definitely a norm. I've heard some stories. Like the women are moving like we know the men to move.
Oh, that's
And
like that Steve Harvey. Think like a man or something. Act like a man. Something like that.
yeah, like they moving like the men, like we have known the men to move. And they don't have no shame. You like they outside, you know. And the intentions behind these relationships are really it's really I don't even think it's to make it's not an intention for it to last, to be honest. I think it's just what they can get out of a person.
So you think that if a woman dating a man and a man start asking her for money, he using her?
If the man start asking for money, absolutely. Because it started with, oh, can you send me $20 for some gas, or $40? I need $40 because my check then it was supposed to come. Like no, no, see that's how I start, and then it become $100, and then it become more money, And once they realize they can get that $20 from you, then okay, they can get more. They can get more. They're gonna come out with another story. And the people that you sit up there, they ask you for stuff, and you can't ask them for nothing. They really shouldn't be giving them nothing.
Mmm.
Because if I can't
Equal
call and
give and
ask you for
take.
$20 or $40, no, I'm just saying at some point. Because it might be a point where I'm gonna need $40, and I've been giving you $40 for so long, and then okay, I asked you for $40, and I can't even get an answer, or you don't have it. But it's automatically would be a turn off if somebody asks me for money, especially in the beginning stages.
In that 90-day period.
Yeah, in the beginning stages, you ask me for money, that's a red flag, a huge red flag. Like the biggest red flag you can. I mean, I don't. I don't know.
It can't get
Redder
no
than these
bigger than
seats.
that.
Yeah, that's a huge. Yeah, because you already know where that's going.
Gimme, 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 gimme. All you
But
got.
if we're in a relationship, I don't mind. Doing that.
Right.
But we like at date stages, and you talking about some, and I don't really even know you like that, and you asking me for some money. No, that's a huge red flag.
So what about if we're gonna be wrapping this up. Would you date a man with kids? And if so, and y'all get serious, would you buy his kids stuff?
Mm, like what? I don't know. I don't know.
Would
I mean,
you
I guess if
you
you
gonna
talking
want him to buy your
serious,
kids some stuff?
not really. I mean, I don't know, but if you're in a serious relationship, I would assume that the kids, all of us will be around each other. So yeah, you know,
Well, y'all. Go ahead, Keisha.
I don't even know. I feel like some of the stuff, I don't know. I got the little my eyebrows touching because I'm just like this is kind of crazy. Like you asked me this question, but this is real. But I don't really know how to answer because I haven't really experienced some of this stuff. But
I
because I
hope
haven't
not.
like date, yeah, because I haven't like dated nobody. Like
Right. Well, you
But
dated.
so I don't even know
You
if I'm really
said
giving the right
no.
answers for relationships. But when it comes to like life, maybe I can give better answers. But relationships, I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. Like, dang, that's happening because this is happening.
It is happening. It is definitely
So,
happening. I even had a story where someone told me about a young lady. And before we go, I want you to give me your intake on this, okay?
hmm
She is an executive lady. She runs her own nonprofit organization. So the nonprofit organization take in the homeless people, people from jails and prisons. Well, guess what? She started dating the man, the homeless man, the convicted felon, and now they're married, living in the house with her baby daddy and the child. They're all one big happy family. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. This is for real. Crazy.
um,
And this is right here in Atlanta. Right here in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is what's going on in America. People are doing what they can for the stay. They're doing what they can. Times are hard. So these relationships are fictitious and people are gravitating to people to have somewhere to stay, something to ride
hmm
in. It's cold outside.
hmm
So
yeah,
you got to do what you got to
um,
do. You
yeah,
know?
because you got people living with their exes, new relationships happening. They all staying together, and they all decide they all gonna be together, make it work, so they can pay basically so they can pay the bills. Really,
Right. Because it's hard at the shelter.
accepting stuff. Yeah,
Right. So everybody's
accepting
merging
things that are
families.
normal.
Right. And doing things
hmm
like that. But our next topic is gonna be, it won't be so much about relationship. I'm sure we'll touch on um women paying child support. Should our next, this give you something to think about. So our next, let me ask my daughter, the next topics will be, should women pay child support? And let me see here.
I already got an answer for that.
What's the answer then?
Well, I feel like if they are not taking care of their child, if that child is not with them, yes, they should be paying child support. I mean,
Oh,
because there's a lot of mothers that don't take care of their children financially, emotionally, any type of way. So
okay.
if somebody else is is their sole caretaker, then yeah, they should be paying some child support to them.
So y'all heard it. The next
They
time
should
we
be,
ask Keisha,
yeah.
she said that if you ain't taking care of your kids and the baby daddy got them, the auntie got
Oh,
them,
the
the grandma
grandma
got
got
them,
them. Yeah, somebody else got them. Yeah, you need to be
y'all need
paying
to
some
be
child
sending some
support.
money over there to those kids so they
Mm-hmm.
can get some type of support. It ain't fair for you to be going to get your nails done, buying you them new
Mm-hmm.
Timbs and all of
Outside.
that stuff. Right.
Yep.
That's
Cause
right.
you outside. That's what you're doing.
Right. That's right. Well, I wanted to try this out and do that. Let's ask Keisha what she thinks. And
Yeah,
I'm
don't
sure
ask me nothing about no relationships no more, cause I don't really know. Cause
I know
I ain't
because
dating, and
you know why she don't know
I haven't
y'all.
gone through that.
You know why she don't know y'all is because whenever she was dating, or what she say she ain't dating, but my daughter is loved. She has not been
Right.
mistreated, so she can't answer those questions because she is absolutely loved and adored. So
Yeah.
she can't give us advice about if you was a man, was a woman, if you cheated, if you got bad credit,
How
if you
long
don't
you
got
need
no
to
job.
before you? Yeah. Or how long before you in a relationship do you need to be like, okay, I ain't doing this no more? But at the age I am right now, it really should be between 2 and 3 years. That's it. Like, don't waste your time. There's other people out here. But I say don't rush into it either because you don't want to get into no mess that you don't know what you're getting into because you don't know the person. You want to really, really, it's people out there that you may not think ain't nobody out there, but it's somebody out there for everybody. And your man might not be in your local city,
You
or your
always tell me
woman
my
may not
man ain't
be
in
in
Atlanta.
your local city. Yeah, your man or your woman may not be local.
I
You got
think
to
my
go. You
man
got
in
to
Las
leave.
Vegas. I think he in
Yeah, he might be
Vegas.
in Las Vegas. Like y'all, other person may be somewhere else. Go out, go somewhere, go to a random city. Like people are so different from
That's
where you
true.
live.
Right.
You
And
know,
I've been here
and somebody has to
I've
live
been here
for the
all
same
my
thing.
life. Right. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know anything else but here. You've had the
exactly.
experience of traveling the world and going places and um doing things, and I'm so proud of you and commend you on all the hats you wear and things that you do. And I thank you too for taking a
Yeah,
moment to help me live my dream. Like I love to talk and I love, to be online. So
right.
uh, but I gave that dream up a long time ago when I had y'all. But y'all grown now, so I can talk all day on this
Yeah,
phone and enjoy
exactly.
my
So
life.
yeah,
Yes, and enjoy my life. But I want to say thank you. So I'm going to see you next week on Let Me Ask Keisha What She Think. That's what we're going to call it.
let me ask
Let Me
Keisha.
Ask Keisha What She Think.
Nah, no,
That's
Lord,
what
no,
we're going to
y'all put me
call
on
it.
the spot. All
Uh-huh.
right then, and then ask
So you know,
Keisha. Keisha.
yep, we're going to
All
ask Keisha
right,
what she thinks. And if y'all got a question for Keisha, y'all drop it in the comments and she going to answer y'all question next week. Okay?
I'm dead.
Yeah, she's alive, y'all. Hey, we'll talk to
I'm
you
dead.
guys later. Bye, y'all.
All right,
Thank you for
bye
watching.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.